Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Ulazi the Advocate. I'm Dr. Nasiah Sarancioni Ulazi, and today I'm going to share with you a very brief talk that was inspired again by my LinkedIn connection, Miss Augistina Peace. And she wrote an article about promoting female solidarity in place of the competition that sometimes exists between women. So I want to thank you, Augustina, for your presence in my life as a thought leader and for gifting this article to us. Now, as like before, I am not going to review the entire article. I'm going to put a link down below, and I encourage everyone to just go take a look at that article. But one of the things that she shared is our first step towards female solidarity comes from learning to accept and to love ourselves. You know, if we feel unlovable, unworthy, not good enough, and we don't know how to receive love, we can't, it'll be easy for us to see anyone else in our lives as a threat, whether or not they actually are. Now, this brings me to a quote that really resonated with me as I read the article. And Augustina's work, for me, that's what it does. It really is thought-provoking, and I think everyone receives her work differently. But when I read this article, I thought about a quote that was first shared with me by Iyanla Van Zandt at a lecture she did probably 23, 24 years ago now. And the quote was, "I am not my sister's keeper. I am my sister." That's deep. Now, when I heard the quote and what it's turned in and the way I understand it now is that when I see my sister struggling, when I see my sister having a hard time, I am also struggling. And on the other end of the spectrum, when my sister succeeds, that's also a win for me. So I'm not my sister's keeper, but I am my sister. You know, one of the things that I'm coming into as I move into my queenly years at almost 50 years old, I recognize the many gifts that we as women put forth in the world. We are natural leaders, we're nurturers, we're creators, we are survivors. But before we can acknowledge those gifts in others, we have to first accept and affirm them for ourselves through self-love and acceptance. Now, when we haven't accepted this for ourselves, the way it often shows up is we might hear ourselves say when our friends give us a call and share good news, we might feel a pinch when they tell us they got their promotion before we did. They got their degree before we did. They got their whatever before we did. It's easy to feel a pinch and to go in that space of competing against our sisters. What I want to call you to do is, instead of going to that space, I want you, the next time a sister, another woman calls you to share her good news, I want you to celebrate with her and for her, just like it was you sharing your good news. Now, for some of us, again, that may be hard, especially if we're not yet in a place of self-love and self-acceptance. So I just want to give you four different tips that may help with that. One of them is, I want you to prioritize self-care. whatever that might mean for you. For some of us, it's setting healthy boundaries. For some of us, it's paying attention to diet and exercise. But whatever it is, I want you to make it a priority. Number 2, I want you to stop comparing yourself to others. Now, again, I've walked this planet for almost 50 years, and I will tell you, we are all on a different journey, and it truly is a journey. We all achieve our successes and our milestones at different times, and that's okay. So stop comparing yourself to others. That can be very liberating. Number 3, I want you to reframe the self-talk, the way you talk to yourself. Probably 3 weeks ago, I did a video, and the video talked about words you can use in place of I can't, I don't, I won't. Instead of those words, I want you to use words that are more affirming. Not I don't or I can't, but I'm learning to, I'm ready to, I'm willing to. Those words speak life and abundance into your existence. And the 4th thing I want you to do, I want you to know that the universe is abundant. There is really no need. Despite contrary conditioning, there is no need to operate from a framework of scarcity. I promise you, there is enough for us all. So when your sister, another woman, calls and shares her good news, that doesn't mean there is less space at the table for you. We can all be successful. In fact, I will tell you this. In solidarity, when we celebrate each other, as we rise, we are able to lift others. You know, I am the oldest of 5 girls. So I had 4 younger siblings. 3 of them are with me now. 1 made her transition several years ago, but it has been my absolute privilege and pleasure to be the big sister, to offer to my younger sisters that nurturing, that love, that support. And it has also been a blessing to have other women in my life who are able to do that for me. You know, as I move into my queenly years, as an older woman, you know, I'm so comforted by the fact that I have so many young women in my life that continue to teach and empower, encourage, and really create avenues for opportunity for me. We're not in competition with each other. We help and support each other. And I also want to take time to thank and acknowledge the queenly women in my life, the women who serve as my mentors, my big sisters, who help guide and teach me. Thank you, because I know I couldn't do it without you, each other. You know, I hope this very brief talk inspires you, and I hope you take my 4 tips to heart. It can really revolutionize your life. We as women are powerful, and those gifts of being able to nurture, to lead, to survive, to comfort, if we really hone in and use those gifts to support each other, there is nothing we can't accomplish. I wish you peace and blessings. Until next time, bye-bye.